TIFU by getting locked out of my phone. I recently got a new phone, Pixel 7a, and it's been fine so far. Today I was chilling at home with my husband and I picked up my phone to look up something. I tried my fingerprint, and it didn't work, so it asked me for the PIN. I entered my PIN and it didn't work. I kept trying and it wouldn't let me in. So I started asking myself what I could do to get into my phone if it wouldn't accept the correct PIN. Eventually I found that other people had had the same issue, and the only thing to be done is a factory reset. So I proceeded to factory reset the phone, but then it was having trouble downloading the data and syncing with my account. I didn't understand what was going on. It was very frustrating. My husband was very sympathetic with my situation. Then, my husband went to grab his phone and that was the moment he realized that I was holding his phone. And not mine. We have very similar phones with almost exactly the same cases. And from the front, they look exactly the same. Even the lock screen, which I had been looking at during my ordeal, is two versions of the same picture. So I am a complete idiot. I picked up my husband's phone, thinking it was mine, couldn't get in, and ended up completely wiping his phone of everything. Before he told me it wasn't even my phone. He was pretty frustrated, especially since he isn't great at remembering passwords. I felt so incredibly stupid and so bad that I had reset his phone. He managed to get back into his account and recovered most of his stuff, besides a couple weeks of text messages. Thankfully, he wasn't mad, and forgave me immediately, but I feel like a complete dumbass. TLDR. I couldn't get into my phone with the PIN and ended up factory resetting it. But it wasn't my phone after all. It was my husband's. Oops. Spend $20 and get a new case that looks entirely different from his. That is really dumb. This is ridiculous. Is your background screen the same? LPT. Be sure to take full advantage of the Google Sync and backup functions that are tied to your Gmail. Unless you both have Pixels. Literally all you had to do was turn the phone over and look at it for 0.2 seconds. The camera setups are unique to Pixel phones and pretty identifiable. At no point did you think to stop and ask your husband to look at it? You just went straight to panic mode. That's just a little bit ridiculous. Crazy idea. If the phones look similar, use different cases and wallpapers. Get a different case. Jesus Christ. LMAO. Glad he's a good sport about it. I did something like this on a work computer once. I was trying to log in and it kept telling me my ID card didn't match with the password. My buddy started teasing me that I would get locked out if I didn't get it right. After several failures, he was right, I got locked out. I pulled my ID card out of the computer disappointed. I was going to have to drive to the customer support office to get it unlocked when I realized my ID card was in fact his. And I had inadvertently locked his account. He quickly went from laughing hysterically to total silence. Then he spent the next 2 hours trying to get his account unlocked at IT. I know you didn't mean bad, but if I was your husband I would be really annoyed. My wife and I have the same phone but very different cases. Why are the comments so mad about this skull? Things like this remind me how glad I am spouse and I have such drastically different tastes in phones. I love that your husband was very sympathetic with your situation, but at no point had any interest in looking up the issue online on his own phone to help you. Lol. Tell him to start using Swift Backup and Bitwarden. Looks like your husband's getting laid tonight. Fearful face. That's horrific. Well, get a very different case that doesn't look like your new husband's case at all. You didn't get locked out of your phone. You locked and reset someone else's phone. At least use different wallpapers instead of two versions of the same picture.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.